Hey there, guys. I originally had an intro planned for this. I was gonna go out in front of my Best Buy and just basically wear my mask and a hat saying it's good to be back, but unfortunately time was not on my side, so we're just gonna jump right into my trip to the movie theater. So let the movie stop episode begin. I've waited so long for this moment. And here we go. A lovely movie theater just for me. Alrighty guys, I'm in here. No problems getting in. Just basically told them I was the one person coming in here. I'm back. I'm so happy about this. I really am. And now I just gotta wait for the movie to start.
Are so excited to be back, so settle in and relax. Movie starts right now.
Yet side by side. But now that we're together again, we'd like to say, welcome home.
Going. Our auditoriums are sanitized before each show. High-touch surfaces, concession areas, and restrooms every 30 minutes. And hand sanitizer and seat wipes are never far away. Employees are provided with masks, gloves, and updated training on cleanliness, safety, and food handling. Guests are required to wear face masks. We encourage physical distancing and ask that you dispose of all trash when exiting, giving us extra time for enhanced sanitizing. Each theater will now have a chief clean and safety monitor on duty to ensure your experience meets the Cinemark standard. Clean, safe, and comfortable. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Barnes & Noble, here I come. Still need to pick that up at some point. I have this on DVD already. I want to try to get this on Blu-ray, so hopefully I can find it here. If not here, I'll try Best Buy. Well, Barnes & Noble was kind of a bust. Nothing in there in particular that I was looking for. There was one thing I was looking for in there, the Steelers 2020 yearbook. Usually comes out around this time of the year, but I guess not. I guess they don't have it right now, so anyway, that's Barnes & Noble. We're going to make one last stop over at Best Buy, which is right over there. So let's go. I miss this. I miss this so much. Gorgeous day out, and finally returning to my one and only Best Buy. The bestest of buys. Now I have something in here I need to pick up, but we'll see what else they have in here too, so let's go on in. So as you can see, that's the thing I picked up, and I'll go ahead and show you this in a little bit. Let's see what else they got here. watched this when it was on, when they had it available online, but I don't know. I didn't really enjoy this movie. I like Jon Stewart a lot, but I just thought I thought this was just okay. I've kind of started putting a list of movies together of what I want to get when Black Friday happens, and if this ever comes down in price on Black Friday, I'm picking it up. Don't feel comfortable spending $23 on that. Here's something I'm kind of surprised is still here. The Black Panther Steelbook, the latest one. I would have figured that would have sold out fast. I honestly need to get a physical copy of Mulan, but I think I'm going to wait because the new one just came out, the live-action one, which I'm going to have a review for on the site tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. But for $16, it's not a bad deal, but I think I'm going to hold off. I think this is just going to be the one thing I have for me today, and I'll show you this in just a little bit, like I said. Turns out this Best Buy still has CDs, but not a whole lot of them, it seems. Alrighty guys, back home. I'm going to talk about my experience today in just a little bit, but before we do that, and before I show you the thing I bought at Best Buy, which you already saw what it is, package time! I got an extra package in the mail here, so I'm just going to go ahead and open this up real quick, because I'm not really going to talk about this one too much. This was just a movie that I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while now. I could never find it on DVD. I found it once on Laserdisc, but I don't have a Laserdisc player, but I found it online on eBay. And that is Time Cop, baby. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, Time Cop, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Couldn't find this movie on DVD or Blu-ray anywhere. Like I said, I found it on Laserdisc, but this is a movie that I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while now. I haven't seen this movie in full. I just remember the part at the end of the movie where he defeats the bad guy and he says, "I'm still kicking. I must be on Broadway." And it's just like, it's silly, it's ridiculous, but it's kind of awesome at the same time, so I'm kind of curious to watch this movie in full, so I found this online on eBay, pretty cheap, so I'm looking forward to watching this in full. So with that said, let me go ahead and get to the main attraction here of the things I picked up today, and that is the Star Wars Skywalker Collection. Now, this was the last copy they had, and I figured, honestly, you know what, I don't have to buy anything else since I pretty much got everything sent to me online, or I pretty much pre-ordered everything that I was going to get, so I figured, why not go ahead and pick this baby up. I was going to pick it up at some point. I was hoping that the price would come down, but yeah, judging by the fact that this is, I highly doubt this is going to come down in price, so I had to pick this up. But yeah, you get the prequels, you get the regular Star Wars films, and the Disney films, which, I will say this till the day I die, I prefer the Disney films over the prequels. I just think Disney has done a better job with Star Wars than the prequels ever did. And I know that's a controversial opinion, but sue me. It's my channel, I get to say whatever I want, so ha 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 ha. What's going on here? Let's go ahead and take a look at this baby in full. And of course, as you can see on the front, the Death Star. There's nothing on the back of this, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and open this up. I'm going to have to do this with two hands. Oh, okay, it's in a case. I thought I had to pull the whole thing out, so this will probably be a little bit easier for me. It feels like a book. So let's see what we got in here. We got the letter from Mark Hamill. Go ahead and let you read that for a little bit. It's just nothing on the back of it, just the reflection of this one. The digital codes, which I'm not going to show you. I feel like I need to put the Star Wars music here, but I know that's copyrighted by Disney. So let's see what we got in here. This is Phantom Menace. Attack of the Clones, which I still think is the worst Star Wars movie ever. Even more so than Phantom Menace and Rise of Skywalker, but Revenge of the Sith, the only prequel I actually do kind of like. New Hope, one that started it all. Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens, fantastic movie. Last Jedi, I really enjoyed this movie. And The Rise of Skywalker with that awesome steelbook image that I have. I still like this movie. I don't care what anyone says. I still really enjoy this movie. It's not the best. It's the worst of the 3 Disney films, but I still enjoy it. Some bonus discs. I'm kind of curious. Do these all have their own separate bonus discs? I can get it out. Okay, these do have their own separate bonus discs. So, Revenge of the Sith, New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and then the last one is The Rise of Skywalker. And then in the back, Lucasfilm. And then lastly, here's a look at everything in the back again. And like I said, nothing on the back here, but... So there you go. That is the entire Skywalker Saga box set. And I'm really happy I was able to get this. If I can get my thumb out of the way. I was really happy to get my hands on this. So with that said, let's get to my day overall. Like, how my day overall went. And it was just great to be back at the mall. Like, it's been 6 months since I've been there. And... for anyone who's thinking like, oh, you're rushing too quickly to get back here, it's just like a little bit, yeah, but common sense prevailed most of the time. I really did think about my decisions before I decided to head back out, and I just knew this week had to be the week to go back out. I felt like I was safe enough to go back out. I felt like if I had an easy plan to how this day was going to go, especially going to the movie theater. And like I said, I did the private watch party solely because I knew that was the only way, that was one of the few ways that I was going to be safe going to see a movie in a theater. And that way I didn't have to deal with anybody next to me or worry about getting sick or anything. And I was a little nervous going there because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know at first what was going to happen, so I just basically told them, hey, I'm here for the private watch party. And they basically just said, okay, go on in. So it was pretty much normal. It was very interesting. Like, it was very interesting having the whole theater to myself. It was nice, really nice. I felt like Conan O'Brien on when he did the segment where he bought 250 tickets and he was just sitting there laughing like, and then he realizes that, oh yeah, I'm all alone in the theater. Like, I felt like that, and in that it's supposed to be like, oh, this was a bad decision, but for me it was just like, this is probably the best decision I could have made. But as far as the movie goes itself, I will say this first: the trailers. It was interesting, the trailer packages, because usually with the trailer packages you get like 6 or 7 trailers. I only got 3 in this one, and they were all Warner Brothers releases. There was a teaser for the trailer debut for Dune, which was weird to me because it's just like, why not just put the trailer for Dune up there? Like, why do you gotta have a big trailer for Dune saying, hey, on September 9th, get ready for the trailer premiere of Dune, even though we're in a theater right now? We could have just showed it to you right there, but I guess that's what we're doing. But I'll be honest, the little bit I saw was pretty good. I'm really looking forward to watching the trailer when that comes out later this week. We got one for Wonder Woman 1984, and I can't remember what the last one was. It was a movie with Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield. Give me 1 second here. Let me try to find it. Judas and the Black Messiah. It was something like that. I didn't want to get the title all messed up, but that's what's the name of the movie. Looks pretty good. It's also got Jesse Plemons in there, who I think is a really good up-and-coming actor, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that one at some point. But as far as Tenet goes, I really enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it's perfect. I'm not going to say it's one of Christopher Nolan's best movies. But it's still a really good movie. Sorry, I'm watching ESPN right now, and it just says the news that Jadeveon Clowney is signing with the Tennessee Titans, which that's cool and everything. So anyway, back to Tenet. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I'm not going to say it's one of Nolan's best movies. I think it's right underneath Interstellar, which I think Interstellar is probably his worst movie. But I still enjoyed it. I think the first half of Interstellar is fantastic. Second half, not so much. I didn't like the second half of that movie. It felt too much like Contact, the movie, the twist at the end of that movie. If you ever saw the South Park episode where Mr. Garrison's getting like cosmic plastic surgery and he keeps throwing up every time someone mentions the ending to Contact, it was pretty much like that. Waiting for the entire movie to find out is to see an alien, but found out it was only your goddamn father. But yeah, Tenet I thought was overall really enjoyable. I had a good time watching it. I will say the one thing about this movie that I didn't like was I thought the story was a little bit too complex. It was a little too confusing. There was definitely times where you didn't really figure out what was going on until they kind of showed it to you. But even then, you still got really confused. Like, I expect a little bit better from Christopher Nolan on that front. One of the other things I didn't like was for some reason the sound mixing was off in some scenes. Like, whenever people are like riding around it, there's a scene where three of the characters are riding around on these rafts, on these water skis, and they have these headsets on. So, like, I guess they can talk to one another, and even with those headsets on, you still can't understand what anyone's saying. Like, it's weird. Like, this movie has a weird problem with, like, the sound mixing on there, and it kind of took me out of the movie a little bit, because I would have liked to, obviously I would have liked to know what they were saying, but other than that, I think everything else works pretty well. Like, I really like the cast of this movie. John David Washington, who's Denzel Washington's son, he was great in BlacKkKlansman, and I'm so happy to see that he's getting more and more roles, like, bigger roles like this. I think he's going to be a really great actor coming up in this decade, just like his dad is. He was excellent in the film. That is one of the other things that I have against the movie. Like, they call him the protagonist, and that's literally his name, the protagonist. And so it's like, what did they call him beforehand? It's just like there's just some things here or there where it's just kind of like, this is not really all that great, but at the same time, I'm not hating it. But like I said, John David Washington, I thought was really great in this movie. I thought he gave a great performance. Robert Pattinson is very good in this movie too, and that's surprising because like last year when he became the Batman, I had my concerns about it, but I've seen the movies that he's made after the Twilight films, and he's been really good. Like, he's really established himself as a promising actor, and he was very good in this movie. I liked whenever he was on screen here. Elizabeth Debicki's in this movie. She was in The Great Gatsby. She was in Guardians 2. She was very good in this film as well. Kenneth Branagh, I thought was fun. There were definitely times where he did kind of get a little too over the top, especially when he screams. But it's Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh can do that sometimes. Most of the time he can be great in this movie, but other times he's just like, tone it down a notch, dude. Like, he's not a very good villain in this movie. I like him in this movie, but I don't think he's a great villain overall. But the best thing about this movie are the action sequences and the visuals. They are very impressive. Like, when you see these action scenes, seeing all them fighting in reverse, like, it's very well done. Like, obviously, it's done they probably did this. They probably did it in regular speed, but then they reversed it so on and on. But there are times in this movie where you really couldn't tell where they were going, and that's what I kind of liked about that. That, like, it's like it feels fluent. Like, it feels like it doesn't feel like you can see the little parts where they did this on a computer or they did this in real life. It feels authentic, and you got to give a lot of credit to these guys on this movie. And but yeah, the visuals in this are very good. The action's very good. The music is very good too. I thought at the beginning of this film that Hans Zimmer was doing the music for this, but it's Ludwig Göransson. Is that? I'm trying to see if I'm pronouncing his name right. Ludwig Göransson. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry, but yeah, Ludwig Göransson does a very good job with the score for this movie. I was very impressed by what he did. I thought the cinematography was nicely done. This is Hoyt van Hoytema, who also did Dunkirk and Interstellar. And is there anything else I can really say about this movie without really going into spoilers? Because I want to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, but I will definitely say Tenet is definitely worth seeing. If you like Christopher Nolan's other works, you're definitely going to like this. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I don't think it's up to the high level that the Dark Knight trilogy and Dunkirk are, or Inception, but it's a little bit it's a little bit above Interstellar, at least to me. At least to me. I know that Interstellar gets a lot of praise from a lot of people, but like I said, Interstellar I think is his worst movie overall, but I still really enjoy it. But I definitely had a good time with this movie. Is it one of the best movies of the year? Not really. I've seen better movies that come so far this year, which is not really saying a lot, but it's still a very enjoyable movie. I had a very good time watching it. I highly recommend checking this out on a big screen if you can. Like, if you can do it safely, if you can do it without having to deal with so many people in there, trying to keep yourself safe, you should definitely see this on a big screen. Like, I did it because I knew I was going to be safe in the one theater being the one person in the theater that I saw this in. So, if you could do something like that, definitely go check this out. You can wait and see. You can wait until this comes out, until a little bit down the road. Hopefully, as the virus recedes, you should definitely check this out. If you can't make it to the theater, definitely check this out on 4K, because I'm definitely going to be picking the Steelbook up for this one in 4K. This is definitely a movie I would very much like to see again. Will I see it again on the big screen? Probably not. I think the next time, if I go to a movie again, it's probably not going to be until Wonder Woman comes out next month, if it actually still comes out next month. They haven't. It's because we don't know yet, but... So yeah, that's my thoughts on Tenet. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. If the story was better, if the tone was a little bit better, and some of the what do you call it? Now I forgot what my complaints were. The sound mixing. If the sound mixing was a little bit better, I probably would have enjoyed it. This would probably be one of my favorite movies of the year. But as it stands, it's an enjoyable movie. It's a really good time. I highly recommend it. So that's it for this week. I haven't decided what's going to happen next week, but I'll let you guys know as the week goes on. So if you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button right there. And then check out the last Movie Stock episode I did. And that's it. So with all that said, I'll see you guys next week. Take care.